Doing good, man. How you been?
Good. I was just talking off air. I just took me a little nap before
I feel you, dude. Hey, 1 second. I'm gonna put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, you're good. But I just basically I have today off, so I trained, I ate, walk, nap, ate, walk, nap. That's kind of how my day has been today. So
Dude,
I got
I'm right
earlier.
there with you. I did the exact same thing today. Got up, trained legs, and then came home, ate meals, got my steps in, and hung out with my daughter. That was about it.
Yeah, Joe actually kind of like limited my steps because normally I'm like a overachiever, I guess, on steps. I had a minimum of 12K, but I would regularly get like 15, 16, sometimes 20K a day just from, between walking in the morning, first thing, after meals, just stuff at the gym, general movement. And he's like, all right, I'm going to lower your steps to 10K and let's try to actually actually be close to 10K instead of like that the minimum. And he's cut some cardio sessions. I'm down to 3 sessions a week right now. And with how things are going, I'm expecting him to probably drop it to 2 next check-in. I think the goal, because I've got, is it 2? I got 2 or 3 weeks left of this blast. And the goal is when we hit that pre-prep cruise to be pretty much doing no machine cardio and very, very little steps. That way we got a lot of tools to use come prep time.
Hey, you've got a ton of levers to pull. Yeah, that's a good spot to be, man. Especially at the beginning of the prep, like your cardio is super low, and then when you kick it in, it's like 20 minutes is doing what an hour would be doing, at a previous point had you been cranking on cardio already,
Yeah, and I was gonna say also like I'm ready for prep to start because I feel like shit, man. My fasted weight's like 250.8 pretty regularly now, but your ass is sitting at 300 pounds. So how are you feeling?
Dude, I feel like absolute shit. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, dude, today I was training and I did some heavy ass RDLs. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I fucking panicked and ran and grabbed my inhaler and everything because it was like, bro, I could not catch my breath. Like, I was like, fuck, dude, I'm too heavy right now. So, with that being said, hopefully this, I get a little more comfortable here because I haven't been this heavy before. As far as, you know, bodybuilding wise, I've been this heavy, but like fat, and it's just totally different when it's not muscle mass.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not as strenuous on your system as being, muscular. So now it's like 300 pounds feels like I'm like, it's a lot. Yeah, I was like 301 today.
Nice. I don't even think I've ever been this heavy, like, period. Because it's like 250 fasted. I think because my wife didn't believe me the other day when I said I was 250. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to step on the scale. And it was like 262, but that was like right before bed. So
nice. Hell yeah.
I've definitely never been this heavy before. I want to say like at my fattest, I still was probably only like 240, something like that.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not too bad at all. Yeah.
And it's a night and day difference in how you feel. And it's just we're ragging on it because you don't feel the best right now, but it's just a part of doing business. It's part of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just part of it. And it's like the other couple weeks back, like when I first touched like 290 or something like that, that felt like this did. It was like, oh my God, I feel so heavy. And then I just got comfortable there and I was like looking pretty lean at, 290. And then dude, after I got sick, it's like all my meals, like the past week, all my meals, I don't know what happened, but all my meals have just been sticking so much more. I made some changes to the plan, like with GH and stuff. And then it's like everything this week is just sticking. And I'm just like, the scale has went up like 10 pounds so quick. Nice. It's crazy. Nice. Yeah. So
what were the changes you made?
Pulled it out. Totally pulled the GH out. I will say I look flatter. I just don't have that as round of a look, but I'm absorbing everything so much more. So it's like, it's interesting. I think from a muscle growth perspective, it's probably wiser to not have it in right now.
Yeah.
But because it's just blunting insulin sensitivity for me personally so much at this point in time that it's like it's kind of counterproductive. But I've had it out for like a week, so I want to test it out, throwing it back in probably tomorrow. I've been thinking about putting it in pre-workout because I've tried that. We've been tracking my glucose really tight, and tried it pre-workout. And dude, pre-workout paired with 5 units of insulin and
Yeah.
100 grams of carbs intra, and I was going hypo at the end of the workout. So I'm
Nice.
like, maybe it's just I need to metabolize that, have a time where I'm metabolizing that growth hormone to actually use it and it not be, causing, backwards
Hmm.
steps essentially for me.
Yeah.
So
That's what I was
I'm
gonna
gonna see how
say.
that goes.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. It's like it's not like you have to just take it out and leave it out. You can add it back in. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
and
100%.
pre-workout's definitely a good time. Do you train pretty early in the morning?
Not all the time, but here lately it has the past like probably week it has been pretty early. So
Okay.
it tends to like go and come in waves of like when I'm training early and not. And right now it seems to be, yeah, I'm probably gonna be training earlier in the morning because I've just gotten in the groove with it. So I'm like,
Yeah.
it works well for my schedule. So I'll probably just stick to that.
How many meals do you typically train after? One, two, three?
Just the one.
Okay. Yeah, for probably the past 10 years, basically my entire time of lifting, other than when I was in high school, which I guess like 8 years or some shit like that. I would always eat one meal and immediately go train. But this week, I've tried out doing two meals and going to train. So I'll wake up at about 6 o'clock, 6:30. I'll eat my first meal. I'll wait pretty much until blood sugar is ready to go, which is, I think today it was like an hour. Some days it's an hour and a half. Some days it's 2 hours. I'll eat again, wait a little bit, go to the gym and train. And that's been interesting because I've just, out of nowhere, gotten a lot stronger. So I would assume that it's benefiting me quite a bit.
Probably that extra meal in there for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah,
Because
I would
sleep is,
say that's probably the best because I feel better when I train like midday, but schedule wise,
yeah,
sometimes it just doesn't work that way.
yeah,
But if I could have it that way, I would say that'd probably be the best time, like after two, maybe three.
yeah. Because I'm still at the gym at the same time, 10 regardless. It's just I fit one meal in earlier. And
Yeah,
my sleep has been horrific. So, like, there's no reason for me to be getting strong out of nowhere right now. All the compounds are the same, everything. The only thing that really changed was that meal. And it's like I'm getting stronger out of nowhere. Like pressing. I want to say the week before I was doing like 115s for 6 to 8, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. Last push day I did the 130s for sets of 6 to 8.
nice. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
unfortunately we have 115s, 130s, so you got to be ready for the
That's
115 for the
yeah, that's the
130s.
progression that you have to make.
Yeah, and then after
Uh,
130s it goes straight to 150s. So
nice, dude. I'm ready to try those this week. I got the 125s for. This was yesterday. I got them for like 16, I think, or something like that.
nice.
So I'm like, all right, I think I can get the 150 because I've been doing so much Smith pressing. I
Yeah,
haven't been doing any dumbbells, and I'm trying to go back to the dumbbells just to kind of feel like my right side is a little weaker than my left side, chest wise, from a development standpoint.
okay.
So I'm like, let me get some dumbbell pressing in there. Um, but yeah, I'm ready to see how strong I can get with those safely, obviously. But
Yeah,
um, yeah, dude, that's awesome though that you're making those
and that was
those
a
big jumps like that week to week.
yeah, that was an incline dumbbell press, by the way, not a flat. I don't know. I've thought about maybe doing both. What do you think about doing two different types of dumbbell presses? Because currently I'm doing the hammer flat, and I like it, but I almost feel like I could just do incline dumbbell and then go straight to flat dumbbell right after.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I like it, dude. If you, from like an output perspective, I feel like if you can do that, I say let it rip
Yeah,
because I personally like flat pressing more. Like I'm more
yeah.
comfortable from a shoulder standpoint with a
Oh
flat
yeah,
press. Like
100%.
my shoulder feels a little more wonky in an incline. I know a lot of people are vice versa there,
Yeah,
but I think it's just where I've had collarbone surgery. I've got like a rod in there and stuff for some
mm,
reason. The flat press I can use just a lot more chest and keep it like off my shoulders a lot easier.
yeah,
So I've been doing a lot more flat pressing and a little bit less incline, so a lot more flat pressing and then flies together.
mm,
Like immediately like into a dumbbell fly. This has just been as of like the past 2 weeks. I've been trying some different things out because my shoulder was starting to really
yeah,
get a little creaky from all the incline smithing. So
yeah,
Smith pressing. So, but I say if you from an output perspective, you can like still push pretty good effort wise, I say let it rip, man. I feel like that's something that you can get away with. Do it.
Yeah, so if I start with incline dumbbell and then I were to do flat dumbbell and not the other way around, I can probably do the 130s for both. But if I were to do, vice
Nice.
versa, I would probably be able to do the 130s, maybe even the 150s on flat, and then I would have to jump down to like 130 or 115 on the incline.
Got you.
I'll
This is.
fatigue super quick with chest.
I was gonna say I'm the same. I would have to essentially probably do like like an incline press. Then I would go to like a fly, and then probably do like some type of delt movement, and then I could go back into a press and be pretty decently fresh to hit it like pretty max effort again.
Yeah.
But if I do them back to back, I'd burn out pretty
Oh,
quick
yeah.
on chest.
I do all three back to back. I do side laterals, pec deck, incline press, flat press, tricep press.
Got you. Yeah,
So
that's how mine's been. That's what mine is now.
yeah,
Um,
that's how
as of the past couple weeks.
that's how Joe programmed it. And my chest is always like it's always been the only body part that has been like consistently low volume for my entire life because I can't physically do that much volume for it. Like I'll let's say I start my workout at no side laterals, no pec deck, anything. I guarantee you I could go into the gym. I could do the 150 dumbbells incline. I could probably get them 6 flat. I could probably get them for 8 to 10. But just from the pec deck alone, that's putting me down to the 130s for like 6 to 8. And then by the time, like, it's just a standard deviation of just downward strength decrease each press I do. I only have a couple sets
Yep.
in me.
Dude, I'm the exact same way, dude. It's like I got a couple good top sets, and then we're gassed out. So that's where I got to do the more frequency with chest.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can get away with doing a bunch, throughout the week is the frequency. But I even noticed I tried to get away with a third like little chest day last week. Something I used to do. I had like 3, chest and shoulder days essentially. Dude, from a recovery standpoint, I can't do it anymore. I feel like I've gotten too strong at pressing now. I just need that day off essentially. Like I can't go in and for that third day.
Yeah.
There's no way.
You're pressing, are you pressing in the fours?
On like the Nautilus press,
Yeah.
like the machine, I can do 4 plates on that.
Okay. I
That's
swear I've seen
pretty
you do
heavy,
like,
but on the Smith, I just do like 3.
okay.
I think I've done 3 in like a dime or something here
Yeah.
lately, but that's about it.
Because I want to say I've seen you do almost 4 plates on your flat Smith. Maybe like this,
Maybe
like,
3 maybe I did 3.5,
maybe.
possibly.
Yeah.
That might have been what it was.
Because like back when I was like barbell pressing, like in the fours, mid fours for reps, it's a different exercise, man. Like
It
the,
was.
the CNS taxation you get is just it's a different world. It feels like a squat or a deadlift. Like a lot of
Yeah.
people, they'll get done flat benching and they're good. That's we have a whole push workout after, right? But it's something about breaking past that like 400, 450 pound kind of area. Even if you're strong enough to do it for reps, when you like the moment I would let go of that bar, I would just feel like a literal wave of fatigue crash over me. It was
Yep.
ridiculous.
It's just like your like skeletal system having to brace that weight essentially. Just like as soon as that weight hits your system, it's like, ah, fuck, here we go.
Yeah.
And it's like, but it's the best feeling in the world too at the same time.
And it's not like a squat where you feel like under all this pressure while you're doing it. I would always I'd feel fine while I was doing it, but the moment I let go, it's like, okay, I just got hit by a truck.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, you come out from under it, you're like, whew. Every time I do it, I'm just like, when I let go, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You literally feel like your upper half just got ran over by like a car.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I've
The
ever,
best though, man.
I don't think
Especially when you're full of food, you just
yeah,
feel so like get the craziest pumps, dude.
yeah. I don't think I've ever consistently done like more than one chest day a week just because of that recoverability. Like I'll have my one chest day where I do 8 sets for the whole workout, and 3 of those are pec deck flies, and I'm sore for like 6 days.
Dude, see, that's what's weird with me is I burn out quickly in the workout, but then I might not even be that sore the next day.
Oh, okay.
But it's so weird, dude. It's like I quickly burn out in the like as far as pressing. I'll say that like I can go pretty long if I pace it out how I told you, which I've been doing the past week or so.
Mm.
I can go pretty decently, But if I'm just like straight, trying to do 3 straight sets of Smith pressing, dude, I'm probably after 2. I'm done after that.
Yeah.
So then I have to go immediately into something else. But then, like I said, the following day, I'm pretty much recovered from that and could probably hit it the day after that, 48 hours later, I'd be good to go again. So it's
Okay.
weird how that works, but something like back, I'd feel it throughout the week.
Yeah.
Legs the same way. Like I've been getting pretty taxed on those as well. Like I'll hit one good leg day and be pretty cooked up until the hamstring day for leg day.
Yeah. It's funny to see like how people's splits change and evolve throughout their careers. And like I'm sure like at one point you were probably doing 2 back days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, same
Yep.
here. And like I was doing 2 back days for years, and I think for both of us, there probably will never be a reason to do 2 back days again. And that
Yeah.
kind of sucks because I like training back.
I love training back, dude.
Yeah, yeah,
I love it, dude. I guess that's why it develops so quickly, though. It's
yeah,
like something that you just have fun with. But I love these other body parts as
yes,
well. It's just, they're just not developing as quickly as back did for
yeah.
me.
It's like, and as soon as like a body part gets good, it's like, oh, okay, now we train it less.
Yeah.
It's like
Yep.
with chest, back, especially with those two. It's like, all right, back is in a good spot, so frequency needs to lower. Chest is in a good spot, frequency needs to lower so that legs can come up. And it's like, I guess eventually one day the goal is, okay, legs are where they need to be, and then maybe we can push and pull the levers on chest and back or something like that. I wonder how like my split will look 2 years from now. Something like that. Will I always have to just do 2 leg days just for fucking ever? Like is that what's gonna have to happen? I don't know.
Dude, I heard somebody saying this one day, and it's going to be interesting. I know your split's going to change for sure.
Yeah.
But this guy was talking today. I can't even, it was like a YouTube short or something. So just some random dude was talking about how he tried all these different leg days because it was a really lagging body part for him.
Mm.
And nothing ever worked until he did a bro split and he just trained it once a week.
Yeah.
Then they finally he didn't realize he was overdoing it like until he did a bro split and got that full week to recover.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, as much as I need to work on mine, I don't know if I'd have the balls to like let it rip for just one day a week and be like, yeah,
Yeah.
hey, we're good.
It depends though, because like a bro split can mean a lot of different things. A bro split can mean a quad day and a hamstring day, right?
That's true.
So it just
I've almost
depends.
been wanting to do something like that, dude, because I've been getting recovery wise, I've been getting cooked, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's just necessary, honestly, man. Like, it's really the main thing that I've been pouring my energy into, like looking into and things like that this past off season, and it just seems like 2 full on leg days is the best way to do it, and there's no way
Yeah,
around it.
yeah, yeah, for sure. I was even thinking about the full on bro split, like just
Yeah,
training everything once a week and also splitting those two body parts up.
yeah,
Because man, like recovery wise, it's I don't I don't know if it's just maybe body weight's too high or what it is. Like that could be impeding it a little bit. Maybe possibly gear could be too high. I don't know. But
well,
recovery wise, I just feel like I'm not recovering as well as I used to.
yeah. So, well, the growth hormone being out, that's going to affect recovery, obviously, right? I wouldn't
Yeah,
assume gear is like too high, and that would mean recovery is bad. I would assume the opposite, right? Like, I would assume more gear means
yeah,
more recovery, unless you're getting a lot of side effects. If you're getting a lot of side effects, then that could be true. Honestly, it could just come down to like, what is the session like? Like, is there too much volume within the actual session? And for me, for example, we've kind of slowly cranked up the volume over the course of the off season, and I can tell you right now, when I go into a cruise, I'm going to have to bring down my volume on legs for sure.
yeah. Yeah, that's something that it could be too. Honestly, it could just be which volume's not that high, but I think it could be. It could just be maybe pushing the load too quickly,
That could be,
like load progressions too much, and just which I'm lifting everything good, clean form and everything. Sometimes it might be a little quicker, sometimes a little slower, but everything is on the muscle and but man, it could just be something to do with that. Like maybe I could get away with lifting a little bit lighter because in the past I've made tons of progress not pushing the weight as hard.
Yeah.
We have times where we're trying to progress strength a lot and stuff, but I will say, like, I've gotten a little bit in the mindset of if I'm not pushing the max load every session, then I'm not making progress. Which, to an extent, if I'm not, you could say I'm not recovering if I'm not able to do that week to week. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of torn in that little, in between those two camps of like not worrying about that and then just focusing on volume, or worried about the load progressions.
Yeah, there's so many things that go into it, right? There's the
Yeah.
food, subs, drugs, sleep, recovery. Maybe you need some massage work. Who knows, right? Like it could literally
Yeah.
be anything. For me personally, I just know I can only go so hard for so long before the wheels kind of fall off, right? Like right now, I can tell I'm probably going to be good for another couple of weeks. So, like I said, I think I've got 2 or 3 weeks left of this blast. So I'm just going to let it ride. I'm putting it all on black and I'm letting that shit ride. I ain't worried about it right now. But when it comes to the cruise, I'm probably I don't know if I'll pull my intensifiers right off the bat, but I'm definitely going to lower my volume a bit. Like leg extensions, I'm doing 4 sets. Probably will leave that, but hip thrusts, I'm doing 4 sets. That's going to definitely come down to 3. Probably I might actually for 1 week or so I probably would pull my intensifiers, and then like my elbows are starting to get beat up a little bit, so I'm not sure what I need to do there. Overall, at the end of the day, it's a discussion that I'm gonna have to have with Joe. Like, hey, I'm feeling this, and this. What do you think? And
Yeah.
that could be another thing too. Just bring it up with your coach, see what he says.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Yeah, we've been talking a little bit just more on the nutrition side and stuff like that, like mainly glucose and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We've kind of got that figured out now and had a huge progression there. So that's definitely something that I'm going to bring up next to him. Just be like, dude, what do you think about this? Because I like the way my split is, but I'm also like half tempted to go to something like I told you, just
Inventory
because
split, yeah.
one, from a schedule standpoint, that'd be something feasible for me. And then two, dude, recovery wise, I feel like just hitting everything once a week really hard, I could probably do that and be, more than enough stimulus.
Yeah. The only question there would just be the leg side of it, right? Like I'm
Yeah.
sure one back day would be enough. I'm sure chest one would be enough. Even probably shoulders and arms would be enough. It's just like with legs, it's not going to be enough. And really, the only way to know is to find out.
I was thinking split them up too, though.
I could see that then. Yeah, because then if
And
you're
then not
truly,
have like an arm day, do like maybe like this is what I was kind of, let me see what you think
yeah,
about this.
okay,
I was thinking maybe like chest and buys.
okay,
So that way you're not working like you're not wearing your triceps out essentially.
yeah,
You're able to still, fully stimulate the biceps. They're not going to be pre-fatigued or anything.
yeah,
Still able to fully push your chest, and then back in tries.
hmm,
And then basically both chest days have a little bit of shoulders, or have a chest day with a little bit of shoulders, shoulder day, a little bit of chest, and then
okay.
hams and quads split up.
Hmm.
Obviously, you'd have to figure that out a little bit more,
So it would be like,
fine detail, but
so it'd be like chest, back, and obviously the smaller body parts are still included. Chest, back, shoulders, and then no arms
yeah, basically no arms, but arms would be,
with
you could
chest and
even
back.
sprinkle, yeah, with chest and back, or you could even do, from a frequency standpoint, you could do it on chest and back, and then like before quads. That's what I was doing here recently. Before quads, I was doing biceps. Um, how was I doing? Oh yeah, and triceps were just on push days. So
Yeah, I mean,
there's some ways you could do it.
I don't think that's a bad approach at all. It just like overall with splits, like there's kind of 2 ways you can do it. It's like what do you enjoy, and then what do you need, right? So like for me, what do I enjoy? I love training legs, but I also love training back. So like if I were to do what I enjoyed, I probably would have no arm day and I'd probably have 2 back days instead, right? But for what my physique needs right now, I need more legs, and then I'm doing open,
Yeah,
and I'm always going to need more arms and shoulders. So that's why my
yeah,
split is legs, push, pull, rest, legs, arms and shoulders, rest. So it's just exactly what I need. And if I needed it to be more specific than that, I would probably have to take it and not have it be based off of a 7-day split. You get what I'm saying? Where it'd have to be like a
Yeah.
2-on-1 off or something like that to get really like hyper specific and niche with it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. I think I get freaking bored with doing
Yeah.
like something so specific. So that sucks. But I also want to make sure that I'm making the progress that I need to and working
Yeah.
on what I need to. You know what I'm saying?
I used to have a bad
So
habit of changing my split like every month though, man. So I'm just I'm just like I'm picking one, I'm sticking with it now.
the one that's so easy for me, and I guess it's because it works with my day to day life so well,
Yeah.
is push pull legs, man. Like some variation of that.
Yeah.
Like what would you call it? Like an 8 day rotation, so that your rest days
Yeah.
kind of work themselves automatically. Because like if I'm on like a schedule where it's like Mondays this day, Tuesdays this day, Wednesdays this day, dude, it throws me for a loop when I'm like out of sync with that. And then I
Yeah.
feel like I'm not sticking to my plan. But, having 3 kids and stuff like that, sometimes a rest day may you just work itself out automatically that you
Yeah.
didn't necessarily plan on. And it's like, oh shoot, well, I guess today I got to take a rest day
Mm.
and that kind of thing. So from like a schedule standpoint, it's easy for me to follow like a push pull legs variation. So I'd
Yeah.
really like to get back to doing something like that.
I think like a
Like,
like a push pull legs rest arms rest or something like maybe even like a push pull arms and shoulders rest legs rest something like that. I think that works really well. I think the
yeah,
only problem with the push pull legs is just now like if you're Phil Heath and your arms genetically grow from looking at anything, I think push pull legs is a great way to go about it. But for people that are normal, and not Phil Heath, I think probably most people need an arm day. As boring as it
yeah,
is, like I did arms today. I was with shoulders. I was probably in the gym 45 minutes. So it is what it
nice.
is.
Yeah, I mean, but it gets the job done though, dude.
Yeah.
I swear by training them by themselves, you'll see a lot more progress. When I've just done that for short periods of time, yeah, they've definitely grown.
Yeah. And doing them
I
full
will say
legs.
I need that, dude. I need an arm specific day as
Yeah.
well. Like you said, you're an open. You're never gonna have enough legs. You're never gonna have enough arms.
Yep.
Like those are two things that you can max out to no end, and it's still not gonna be enough.
Yeah, and for
So
most people, I would say you can never have enough back, but like you definitely have enough back. That's for sure.
that's the only thing that I have enough.
Now, but
Like, all right,
upper body in general, but like back especially.
yeah, yeah,
But
for sure.
but that's bodybuilding. Knowing your strengths and then making a split based around it, right? Like, there's nothing I would love more than to train back twice a week, but it's just not productive for me.
No, no, not at all. No, your back's definitely a strong point for you for sure.
Yeah, yeah, like back, maybe like back, triceps, and chest. I guess I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
But anything else new? Like, what's the cycle looking like? Anything changed there?
Dude, so that's why I wanted to ask you what you thought about it. It's what is it right now? 1470 tests and then 700
Oh,
EQ
okay.
and then 140 trend ace
Damn,
right now.
I'm a fucking low dose Andy over here, man. It's like everybody I talk to is almost pushing up 3 grams. I'm sitting here in my measly two. That's great,
But
man.
I'm sitting here in my head like shit. Am I taking way too much? Like, should I scale
No,
this
you're
back
fine.
a little bit now? Because I've hit this weight now, so I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm all worried now because I'm
Well,
300 pounds now.
you're not taking anything that's super watery though. Like that test is almost certainly being managed by the EQ. Like you got it was almost exactly half the amount of EQ to test, right?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
It's like as close to half as I could get it.
yeah, yeah.
You're gonna
So
have that little bit extra, but
have you ever taken that much test before consistently?
no, no. This is the most I've taken consistently.
And how long has this been going on for?
Uh, it's been let's see, it has been 2 weeks at this dose.
Okay, so
So
you're probably starting to feel things.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I started at it was 12. What was it? 1280, 700, and then the next escalation up was 14, whatever, 1470, I think.
Nice. How are you feeling with things? What is it like? Is it compared to anything that specific number? Like I know some people say like, oh, 2 grams of test feels like I'm on Adderall or something like that. Like you noticing anything like that?
I just feel like shit all the time. I'll be honest with you. Dude, I feel like a fucking bag of dicks, but I'm strong as fuck in the
Okay.
gym. So I would say that that's
Yeah.
pretty awesome. Like I can just put some shit, load some shit up and rip it like no problem.
Yeah.
But I feel like a sloth. So I just need to get used to the weight.
Yeah.
Like, dude, and my sleep is not the best right now.
Dude,
Um,
I'm waking up every
and I think
hour.
it's just from being heavy. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
man.
I'm sleeping sitting up, dude. I'm not
Dude.
even like I'm sleeping with a body pillow and I got both my arms like I'm in a hospital bed,
Yeah.
like just propped up because it's the only way I can fall asleep.
Yeah, man. I've got a wedge pillow to where I'm basically upright like this in bed. Like, holy fuck, if I'm feeling this right now when I'm 250, 260, what am I gonna do when I'm close to 300 pounds like you, bro? What the fuck? Man, I got
Dude,
my work cut
I'm
out
like,
for me.
what is Samson feeling like right now, dude?
Oh man.
I can't imagine, dude, because he's a little bit
Yeah.
shorter than me, I think.
Oh
So
really? Okay.
I can't imagine that fucking weight. Well, we might be the same height actually, but I can't imagine that like even that weight on 350 something. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's something, man. Like I was talking this with another guy named Maddox last night. We did about an hour, almost 2 hour podcast on his channel, and Samson, man, like who do you think at their best, Samson versus Andrew? Who do you think wins?
I think Samson's way more complete,
I
to
think
be
so.
honest with you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he has
like
less
from a
gaps.
hamstring perspective and all
Yeah,
that, like Samson from behind is so complete, but Andrew Jack, his back is way better than Samson's, and
yeah,
his width is he's a lot wider. But from the waist down, I will say Samson's probably got him.
yeah. I just
But
think
Andrew
Samson's more
Jack is
complete.
making improvements though, so
He,
we don't know yet because he's
dude,
still
dense as
growing, man.
shit, man. Dense as shit, like a brick house. It's
Dude,
crazy.
his last updates were crazy at MI40,
Yeah,
where dude he looks gnarly in those.
yeah. But with Samson, he's just literally nobody in the history of bodybuilding has carried this much weight this well. Maybe
Yeah,
maybe like Jamie the Giant, but it's a different thing, right? Because
yeah,
when
he's
you're
like
that tall, you need to be like 400 pounds for it to matter, right? Like,
yeah. I was gonna say once you scale it up that much, it's like
yeah,
all right. There's a little bit of difference there.
yeah,
You know, he's more of a lean,
under six
lanky
five.
350.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy, man. I'm super excited for the Arnold, but the Olympia this year is going to be even more. It's looking like it's going to be even better than last year, which last year was I don't know. Last year there was a lot of hype going into it, but I almost feel like it was a bit of a letdown on the actual day, and that's kind of always how the Olympia goes. To be fair,
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes it is, man. Especially, I guess, especially when you're watching it online, dude. It's
yeah,
not been the best. It hasn't been the best, like live stream, or you can't see it the best live
yeah,
stream. I'll say. And then you see the pictures like on Instagram and stuff, and everything looks like that's when you can actually tell once you see the Gilco film and all that.
yeah,
But um, yeah, dude, it has been for sure. And I'm excited though for this year. I want to see what Derek does, man. I feel like
yeah,
he's like because nobody's showing him love, so I think he's just like in silence over there, just like chipping away. Like got a little chip on his shoulder, got something to prove.
yeah,
Andrew's got something to prove, man. Samson's got something to like work for and come back and prove. So
yeah.
everyone's got their fire lit hot, man, right now, and I feel like it's going to be an awesome season for sure.
Think about it like this: it is almost certain that someone, if Derek doesn't win, it's almost certain that someone is going to be another person to reclaim their title after having lost it. Because
Yeah,
I don't think Andrew's going to win it just yet. I think he's got, which again, we're about to see the Arnold here shortly, and then that might completely change how I feel about it. But I think his posing still has a long way to go. Like he literally, the physique is almost there. It's just his presentation and how he shows it.
that's the only thing he needs, man. If he could hamstrings a little bit, and
Yeah,
if he could work on his posing, if he can nail that, dude, it's gonna be he's gonna be tough to beat.
yeah,
But yeah, dude, it's gonna be interesting. Another one, dude, I almost forgot Hottie, man.
yeah,
Like he's still making improvements. It looks like he
yeah.
brought his legs back up in his updates. So
Yeah, I'm not sure. I realistically, I don't think
I don't know if
Hottie's.
it's the goon lighting or not. You know,
Yeah, I don't think Hottie's ever going to win it again. Personally, I just think everybody else is. Hottie's basically staying the same, but like
Yeah,
maybe
he's kind of only able to bring back his same package.
whereas the rest of the top 5, top 6, they're all making progress day by day. So like it's just a matter of time at that point. Everybody would have to
Yeah.
be very, very off for Heidi to take it again.
What do you think about Nick?
I don't know, man. I'm too hopeful. Like I legitimately went into the Olympia thinking that motherfucker could win it. So
Dude, I never count him out because I love him,
yeah.
dude. I asked Sean about it. He was like, "Oh, fuck it, dude. Fuck him, dude. He's not gonna do anything." I'm like, "Dude, come on, man. Yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
I
Don't
want him
count him
to.
out, dude."
I want him to. And I was talking with Maddox last night. I think realistically, the Arnold is probably going to go Andrew, Hottie, Nick. I don't think Martin's going to beat Nick because I think Nick probably is going to be able to bring, at the very least, a good package we've seen before. It might not be his best ever, but I honestly think even if it's just a good package that we've seen before, that's enough to beat Martin. Because at the Olympia, they didn't really even compare Nick and Martin that much, and Nick was at his arguably his worst ever, and he was still only one spot lower than Martin. So I
That's true.
figure bodybuilding
Brought his,
math.
yeah. I was kind of thinking that at one point. I'm like, he brought his worst ever and still was top 10. Like,
Yeah,
can't throw that much shade at that, man. Like,
yeah,
he knows he was way off. He still came out there and presented the best that he could,
yeah.
and still managed to come in top 10.
Yeah, and it's crazy to me, man. The online pundits like he should retire, brother. If you're sixth at the Olympia, that means you're sixth in the world. Imagine telling
Yeah,
the sixth best golf player, the sixth best basketball player, the sixth best running back in the NFL that they should retire. It's insane.
yeah.
I
And it's like
swear.
he's 30, he's like just now 30 years old.
Yeah,
So it's like,
it's
bro,
wild.
he's in his prime right now.
Yeah, and yeah, because I mean he could easily have another 5, 9 years in this, easy.
Yeah,
And
yeah, just
that's what it's going
riding.
to be.
He's got all that tissue now. It's just like
Yeah,
letting it chill now. Like he doesn't have to really do any, building. He doesn't have to get fluffy in the off season anymore. None of
yeah,
that has to happen anymore. It's just like compete, like almost like a William Bonac now. He's already built everything that he needs to. It's just like compete, do shows,
yeah.
figure out your recipe, and show up and win some shit.
Yeah, and I think Martin is positioning himself to be in a very similar situation. He's even younger than Nick, if I'm not mistaken, and
Yeah,
he's great. Like that's basically like the second coming of Phil Heath for the most part, minus the
yeah, he's
detail.
so round. I'll say though, man, his legs, dude, his legs when he's peaked right, dude,
Yeah,
he's got some nice feathering in the quads and stuff. So,
I think it's the
um,
age thing. I think as he gets older, more and more details are going to come out, especially throughout the upper
yeah,
body. Like his legs have the detail. It's really just his upper
yeah,
body. It almost looks like in his arms, like they're inflated. Like not like a synthol, like they're just like almost too pumped. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, dude, I know exactly what you mean. Like you get that look in the gym when you
Yeah,
train and you're literally just fully pumped and you hit like a front double. It's like they're just way over pumped. So maybe it's something that he does backstage while he's pumping up. I don't know. But there's some guys that don't even pump up their arms much at all.
Nick Dutton.
And Nick doesn't. I was going to say he's one that doesn't. His look always look really detailed. So
I don't think he
maybe
pumps
there's
them
something
either.
to that. Because I've noticed, even in myself, and I don't have, huge, massive arms, but if I pump them up too much, they don't look that detailed either. So
I'm curious.
it's probably something to it.
When's the last time you measured your arms?
Dude, I just did it the other
Okay.
day
What were they?
to see where I'm at. I'm almost at 20. I'm like 19.78 or
I'm
something.
so
19 and
surprised.
7/8.
I'm really surprised they're not like 2021, just from the sheer amount of mass, right?
They're not my strong suit. I will say that. That's one of my goals though. This like little
Yeah.
push phase. I got to improve legs and arms, man,
Because
for sure.
even just looking at them, I would have guessed like 21. So that's a good thing. That means that they look bigger than they appear, which is always what you want in bodybuilding. I measured mine
Yeah,
like a couple weeks ago, and my left one was 20 on the dot. My right one was 19 and a half. So I guess, which is my dominant arm, which is weird as hell. I don't know. I
nice.
don't
Yeah,
know
that's
what it
great.
is. Well, yeah, it's just weird that like my dominant arm is slightly smaller. It's weird.
Yeah, that is actually super weird. Maybe
Yeah,
because your other one you don't use it as much. It might just be more peaky.
I don't know.
Maybe it has like a slightly little bit more of a peak to it.
Maybe from overcompensating on bench press for all those years.
Because I will say my right arm, like this is super weird. I write with my left hand, but my right arm is like my stronger arm,
Yeah.
and my bigger arm, but my left one is more detailed. Like the bicep
Yes.
looks more shapely and better,
You know,
but it's not the bigger one.
something I'm going to start doing when I really get into practicing posing for prep, which I'm going to start pretty much like as soon as the bloat like from the off season comes off. So like the first couple of weeks of pre prep, maybe the first week of prep or so, definitely by the first week of prep, no matter what, I'm going to start posing my side poses on both sides because I swear the side that you pose has more detail just because we're constantly posing it. I think there's something to that, and I don't
Might be
remember.
something to that.
I don't remember
Because
who I was listening to, but they were talking about the old school guys would pose to bring out more detail. And I don't know how true that is, but there's something to be said about establishing a neural connection with the muscles that you're posing, and maybe you can just bring out a little bit more detail. Not that you're adding detail there, it's just you're bringing it out that's already there.
yeah, exactly. And you're clearing that blood glucose. So,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
why not? It's got to help from that perspective, getting in shape a little bit easier, just posing more and more. That's something that I want to do, man, because, dude, I tried that recently. I just posed, checked my glucose before, and then posed for like 5 minutes, checked it after.
yeah.
The amount that you can clear glucose
It's
doing
funny.
that is insane. So
Yeah,
I want to almost try that before even implementing any cardio for my next prep. Just see what I can get away with just doing rounds of posing. Like do 20 minutes of hard posing or something like that, starting out every
yeah.
day, something like that,
And I will.
versus 20 minutes of cardio.
Yeah, and I will say when it comes to posing, we probably want to go for quality of the session over time of the session because
Yeah,
like I don't know about you, but for me, I can very easily get into a bad habit with something. So I don't want to do. Let's say I do 20 minutes of posing, 15 minutes of posing, and I'm great for the first 5 minutes. After that, I'm just dragging my ass. I'm halfway hitting the shots. I'm not controlling everything. Like at that point, it's probably just you're better off just stopping. That way, you don't ingrain any of those
yeah,
bad
yeah.
habits.
Because you're building, yeah. Even like from a mind muscle standpoint, you're building bad habits right there that are going to end up flourishing on stage for sure.
Mm.
Because when you're tired, that's when it shows on stage as well. So you'd
Yeah,
rather have those things locked in a good place versus a bad place.
yeah. I did a decent
It's a
amount
good
of
habit,
posing.
man.
I did a decent amount of posing my last prep, but I think I need to do more, and specifically like on both sides, like I was talking about, which is gonna be really weird. I feel like an alien when I go to pose my left side for like my side chest or whatever.
So when you send like check-ins, do you pose everything? Like, do you
Yeah,
do full round? Okay,
yeah,
so
all
that's
seven.
that's really the got you. Okay, yeah, dude. My one side, I pose it all the time, but it doesn't matter how much I practice it. My right side,
Mm.
I still just feel awkward. I think it's almost a hip thing, like a hip position thing.
Hmm.
On that side, for some reason, it feels like I can shift and turn my. I don't know. It's something to do with the twists. Um, the
Hmm.
twisting of your upper half.
Yeah,
Where on the other side, I just get in that more naturally and more comfortably on the left side. It looks better too. It looks more comfortable. And then the one side, I just almost look kind of robotic and like awkward. I'm
hmm.
like, yeah, I got to fix that.
Yeah, and I mean it's not like we have to pose both of our sides. I just wonder because something I've noticed with my legs, my right leg always has much more detail, even in the front shots, than my left leg. So I'm wondering if just through posing, I can bring out a bit more detail in that left leg as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think you could, man. I'm
Yeah,
a firm believer in some of this old school bro lore, bro.
yeah. I
Like
mean,
the
it
longer I
worked.
do this, I'm like they were on to something.
Yeah,
Like a lot of the bro science is like you find out it's true.
yeah. I mean, they might not have known why what they were doing was working, but they knew that it was working.
Yeah. Yep. It's like by their own exploration, they figured it out kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like high protein is the first thing I always point to. I'll have a bad habit of like seeing things that are just completely retarded on the internet and commenting on them. Like person will be like, "Oh, you only need 150 grams of protein a day," blah blah blah, and I'm like, man. That sounds like a fucking terrible idea because what's the downside? Like, what's the worst case scenario? Anytime I'm trying to think of a new idea to implement, that's what I think of. What's the worst possible thing that can happen with eating too much protein? So with eating too much carbs, what's the worst thing that can happen? Well, we can get fat pretty quick. We can get watery pretty quick. We can blow out insulin sensitivity pretty quick. Bunch of reasons to not do that right off the jump. Fat,
Yep.
basically the same reasons for fat. And there's not going to be any direct, like, other than blood glucose. Well, actually, no. You know, with those two things, there would be direct health problems because if you eat too much fat, it's probably going to result in bad lipids, and if you eat too much carbs, it's probably going to result in bad blood glucose. And if you combine them both together, you're going to get both times 10. If you eat too much protein, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? It's going to get turned into a carb through gluconeogenesis. That's it.
Yep.
So
That's it. And you're going to be a little bit full.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. I agree with you, man. There, 100%.
So it's
What's your protein at right now, by the way? Speaking of protein,
I haven't checked it in a bit. I think
it pretty much stays stagnant, though, doesn't it? Like, you're not trying to move it up or anything.
No. I think it's at like 515, 510,
Okay.
something like that. Yeah,
God, man, yours is high.
I mean, it's only 200 grams of weight for 4 meat meals, and then it's 70 grams of protein from whey for 3 meals. I feel like it's on easy mode because I used to do this shit in 16 ounces cooked, 4 times a day.
I could probably do that. I do like 180 grams cooked weight. So I could probably sneak another 20 in there for a couple meals and get away with it.
Oh yeah.
I honestly want to see, like, from a body composition standpoint, what would happen if I scaled it up, because mine's only at like right at 315, 320.
Yes.
And then that's just counting direct sources, and then with trace it's a little higher, probably like 400 or something, but
yeah. I mean, that's damn near, pound per body weight, which is crazy.
Yeah. I would love to see what happens doing, like, scaling it up, though.
I've noticed with myself and others, it just seems to be body comp is just better across the board. Recovery,
I would say so too. Everyone that I see that's eating a lot of protein, like a lot higher protein than me, it seems to be, you guys are staying a lot leaner, like in your off season.
And that could be one of the reasons your recovery is not feeling great right now.
That's true. That is very true.
Because
I must wonder if, like, pulling the carbs down some and then scaling up the protein more would be better than just keeping the carbs so high.
Yeah, I mean, and especially with where your protein is at, like, I don't think 315 from direct is like a ton by any means, and especially since you were dealing with some insulin sensitivity issues. I mean, yeah, I think that would be a very good move, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. It's super weird, man. It's so weird, dude. It's like, oh man, it's so crazy. It's like I'm good during the day, but in the evening, that's when it seems to be like glucose response isn't the best. Those later meals in the evening.
My body it'll flip flop with it. Like, sometimes my worst blood glucose will be in the morning. Sometimes it'll be in the evening. It's like some days it's like adding wood to a bonfire. And it's like the more meals I eat, the lower my blood glucose actually gets throughout the day. And then sometimes it's just like the meals stack up on each other. And then that creates a greater response, which we don't want. It just depends.
Yeah, I want to get a CGM now after doing this, just to see, man, because I've implemented a little bit of insulin and stuff on training days. And that's helped a ton, dude. I think that's helped a ton with, like, composition's gotten tighter just since adding that in, and glucose response has gotten way better. But I would like to see, like, real time, because it's a pain in the ass, dude, to check your glucose 20 times a day to really be on top of it,
Yeah. I had just put one on, man, and I got a massage today, and I think my massage therapist fucked it up because it stopped working.
Really? So she was, like, massaging right on it?
No, I think maybe the oil got into it or something.
Oh, yeah, got you. Yep, that would probably do it.
I've had them on before, and that's not happened. So who knows? But
that's crazy.
Honestly, my blood glucose has been pretty consistently the same for a while, so I probably don't even need to wear one right now. I think I'm gonna. I have one more that I've already bought because I get them in 2-packs. Anybody who needs them for cheap, go to reliablerx.com. You can use code JP10, and I think you can get 2 for like $60, $70, something like that. So that's a month's worth of data. I'm gonna probably save mine until either the last 2 weeks before the cruise or the first 2 weeks of the cruise. something like that. Or maybe the first
Nice.
2 weeks of contest prep, just to see what it does. But it's like I know what's gonna happen. So
Yeah. Yeah. You already know what to expect during that time.
yeah, I mean honestly,
Yeah.
I don't think they go bad. So I could literally just hold on to it until the next offseason. I might do that.
That's when I feel like it's the best, most beneficial. It's like,
Oh yeah,
during prep, you're going to be good because you're cranking cardio, calories are low. But
yeah,
when you want to be able to push the food, especially if you want to have a long off season, like that's what I'm really trying to
yeah,
do is prolong this. So I want to, kind of try to sit at this weight and really allow this composition to tighten up here and then see what happens from there. Not necessarily push the scale up any higher.
yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's just more potentially that's going to have to come off.
I
So
mean,
I think holding 300 this year would be plenty good.
yeah. I mean, you don't need to push it any higher. You're
Yeah.
basically at the pinnacle of like what your weight almost ever is going to need to be, right?
Yes, exactly.
It's just from here, pretty much making that 300 cleaner each time you hit it, because
Yep.
eventually, like I would say, ideally, you probably don't want to have to, in the future, cut more than like 30 pounds from a
Yeah.
cleanse, right? So that puts you at a stage weight of 270. That's pretty fucking big.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm hoping to be too. Because last time it was like 260, I would say
Yeah,
260, 255, 260, somewhere in there. So
yeah,
depending on what point in the day and what, pictures you're looking at. So I would definitely not be mad about that at all to add 10 more pounds on there.
yeah. Because are you 6'1" or 6'2"? I know, like thinking about it in person, you're like up here to me. So I think that's like 6'2", 6'1".
6'1". Yeah, 6'1".
Yeah. So ideally, let's see. Yeah, I mean maybe because I'm thinking of guys like Ron Partlow, Samson before this push, stuff like that. I mean maybe one day you have to break into like the 310s, the 320s, but definitely never much heavier than that unless you do eventually like I guess now that Samson's has done it, I think we are going to see a lot more people doing it, to be fair.
I was gonna say I feel like it's like the old like once you see one like world
Yeah.
record wise when one person
Yep.
sees somebody do it, then now it's gonna happen all over the place.
Yeah, and it's funny
Um,
because we got two examples of it. We got Sergey in Russia who's just doing it through copious amounts of fucking drugs, and I'm sure all of his other stuff is on point too. But like that guy probably eats fucking Dianabol for breakfast. And then you got
oh yeah,
Samson who probably only learned what tren is a year ago, and then he's also 350.
yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Did
it's
you
a
see
fun
those
time,
pictures of Sergey with the bear?
man. Them fucking Russians are something else.
It's like, dude, he's actually not getting that, not being too far outsized by
Yeah,
a massive bear.
I wonder how much like a teenage bear weighs, like an adolescent bear.
I would have to say every bit of probably 400. Well, maybe
Yeah,
like you're talking about like a teenager, maybe like 300-400 pounds.
yeah, because I don't think there was a full grown bear he was next to, was it?
I don't know, man. It looked huge though. It was definitely like a giant grizzly, I would say.
Yeah, because like a silverback gorilla, I think them things weigh like fucking 800 pounds or something. But I don't
Yeah,
think because that old school debate of like the gorilla versus the bear, shit like that. Like I
yeah,
think one of the main things is that people always would say is that the gorilla had like 2 times the amount of weight on him. So I want to say bear is probably around the 400-pound mark. So shit, Sergey's not that far off.
yeah, yeah. That's yeah. You're actually right. I didn't even think about that. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
Massive. He's got to be, dude. It's got to be uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, I mean, good God, taking 25 units of growth hormone a day. I can only
Yeah,
imagine. And being 350 and
yeah.
like, oof.
My hat goes off to them when I'm like here at my 300 for the first time. I'm like, dude, that's insane to even think about. Like,
I'm at my
it's
250.
crazy to even think about these guys.
I'm at my 250 for the first time and I'm fighting for my life. I don't know how to, like 100 pounds on this dude. Mind you, the height difference. I'm 5'9". I'm not 6'2", but good God.
Dude, that's another thing. You think about that. Like some of these guys, like Jay couldn't. He's like what 5'8". Jay Cutler,
Probably 5'7", 5'8". Yeah,
300 plus in the off season. Like,
yeah.
just I can't imagine, dude, being that much shorter and carrying that weight as well. Like, God, dude, it's got to be strenuous.
Yeah, I would say it probably feels like your weight is going to be a bit more like throughout everywhere, right? And less condensed with Jay. Like with Jay, it probably just feels like you're just constantly under pressure. That's what it feels
Yeah,
like for me right now. Is it feels like I'm constantly being squeezed by something, if that makes sense.
yeah,
But
that's not fun.
yeah, and it's funny too because like I'll get these headaches and shit, and it's like, oh, is my blood pressure high? I'll go check it, and it's like fucking 120 over 75,
Crazy.
which is technically high for me because I want to say
Yeah.
like in the rebound it was like 105 over 68 regularly, like that.
So you're feeling like it's like sky high. You're like, oh God,
Yeah,
my head's pounding, and you check it, and it's
yeah,
not much higher though. Still,
yeah. It's just my body's not used to it,
yeah,
and I'm sure every time like I would imagine every time we come back to this weight, it feels better because your body
oh yeah,
remembers it a bit and knows what to deal with it. And but at the same time, you know, fat versus muscle, right? So the more muscle you have, the worse it feels. So it's a catch 22.
yeah. I was thinking that I never really took that into consideration until getting here, and I'm like, man, it definitely feels a little different. Versus being 300 plus pounds in fat. Because
Yeah,
like you're breathing way harder and all that, and like even when I was not in, I'm doing cardio every day still and all that, so I would say I'm in pretty good shape.
yeah,
um, Body's in a decent composition standpoint and all that, but it's just a lot more metabolically taxing. And then I
yes,
feel like it's just like you were saying, the pressure thing. I feel like it's way more tightly bound
yeah,
than just being body fat on you.
yeah. Andrew
So it's,
Barry
it's
said it.
causing a lot more strain.
Andrew Barry said it the other day on I think the Unracked podcast that he does with Kyle Wilkes. It was like if you have somebody who's 300 pounds muscle versus 300 pounds obese, the 300 pounds of muscle is probably more unhealthy because it's more taxing to the body, right?
Yeah.
Because think about it, you got a F-150 versus a F-150 that's, or maybe not F-150. I'll do fucking Toyotas. That's what I'm more familiar with. You got a Tundra versus a Tacoma, except the Tacoma has fucking 85 pounds of bricks in the back of it, right? And
Yeah.
they weigh the same, but it's like this was designed to be this weight, and this one was not quite. Like it's so unnatural for our bodies to be this heavy with this amount of tissue, and like with obviously with having our blood work on point and stuff like that, we mitigate a lot of the harm, but still, just the weight itself, like we could be on TRT at 250 to 300. It's still probably not the best for us.
I would say that's probably the worst part is just being heavy.
Yeah.
Or worse for you. The most unhealthy is the heavy part. Because like when you're in prep, dude, you feel great. You
Oh
feel
yeah.
like $1,000,000, man. So and like everything's just streamlined. Um, so I would say even despite your pushing gear and all that in prep, that's probably when you're your healthiest for sure.
I think that's why guys like Samson, up until now, of course, would typically just compete. And I really do think like
Yeah,
once you get most of your size, that's the move.
yeah, that's how you really refine it. And
Yeah.
like he was even making improvements between shows, just
Yeah.
like those little like rebounds between shows, make a couple little improvements here and there, hop into another one, and then like really refine your physique. That's what I would love to do when I do get to that point, and just like make a run.
Yeah, like once you get to that point of like where which I mean, you're probably already at the point to where you can walk into pretty much any local level show and just clean house. I mean, technically, every time you've done that, that's what's happened. So, so you can just get to that point where you basically purpose, no offense to the other people there, but because they're so much beneath you, unless there just happens to be a freak there, you just purposely go in at like 80%. And then you're like, all right, I'm touring the country. I'm doing national show after national show. I'm just running the route.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully we can take a crack at it this year. That would be great. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know if I'm going to have the improvements made that I need to, but we'll see. We'll see how it looks down when I start doing like little mini cuts and stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, the way I see it is at the very least, you're going to have to cut down again at some point just to, get that rebound effect for growth. So you might as well compete at that point.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So do you have any potential? I know you said a long off season. Do you have any potential plans for like a show in 26, 27? What are we thinking?
I want to at least do a national show at the end of the year, like
Okay.
nationals probably in
Nice.
December.
And are you technically still
Um,
qualified for that?
yeah, yeah,
Nice.
I'm still qualified for that.
Nice.
So that'll be, yeah, hopefully I can do that. That would be great. So I just want to really like solidify the weight, just hit this new weight. So want to take the time to solidify it, really make some gains at this weight. Just stay as healthy as I can, obviously. And then, hopefully do a prep for like a little warm up show and
Yeah.
then do that towards the end of the year.
Yeah, that's a respectful way to say it, I'd say. Warm up show. Yeah, I'm just I'll be starting pre-prep here in a couple weeks. Be starting prep, I think 4/11 I think is when I start. And then I'll be looking to do the Gold's Gym Classic here in Raleigh, North Carolina on 8/29/2026.
Nice. Nice, dude. That is awesome. I will definitely make sure I'm there.
Yeah, that'll be
I want
sick.
to come see that, dude, for sure. I'll make sure I'm the loudest one in there for you.
Well, I don't know though. Joe's going to be there. He might be a little louder than you. We'll see.
Oh yeah, dude, that'll be dope. That'll be sick.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see Jimmy posted Jimmy Sweets, the
Yeah.
judge, posted the other Carolina show that they're doing. It's a pro-am show that they're doing this year.
That's
I want to say it's shoot,
so
it's in November sometime.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's at the same venue. The one I'm doing, the Gold's Classic, that is also a pro-am show. I don't know if it's
Okay.
I don't know if it's gonna have men's open, but it will have classic, I believe.
Okay.
Well, are you sure that second one is a pro-am, because that is supposed to be the
I was,
North Carolina State Championship?
no, I was gonna say it's a
Oh,
women's
okay.
pro show. So it's like a women's wellness,
Yeah.
physique, figure, all that stuff.
Okay.
So it's a women's pro show and then everyone else amateur show, like
Okay.
men's amateur. So yeah, I forgot the exact name of the show, but I want to say it's
If it
in Charlotte or Raleigh, one of the two.
if it's in Raleigh, it's the North Carolina State Championship, because that was potentially another one I was looking at doing.
Nice,
And then you have
nice.
the Charlotte Cup that's coming up. It actually might be this week. I don't know. The Charlotte Cup is like one of the first shows of the year. That's a pro am. Is it even an amateur? It might just be a pro show.
Sick.
I'm
Heck
not
yeah.
sure. But it's like only like men's physique, and there might be
Classic.
classic. There might be classic. I'm not even sure. There's so
I
many.
heard
Like,
there was a lot less like open pro shows this year.
yeah, man. I don't get it. Like, Indy's gone. Chicago gone. I think one of the ones in California is gone. It's like they're just dropping like flies, man.
Dude, I wonder if it's something to do with just like the up and coming. Like, there's not that many like super heavies and stuff competing anymore,
Well,
stuff like that.
it's really just in America, because in Europe we see shows popping up.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Everyone here wants to do classic. I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah. I don't know.
I've been standing on the stage alone at the past two shows in my
Yeah,
weight class. It's
yeah,
like I don't
man.
get any action until I'm in the overall.
Yeah, we're thinking that I'm going to probably most likely be in heavies, so I think I'll probably have good competition. But
Yeah.
I always, like, the moment I saw you out there by yourself, I was like, damn it! I know he feels like he's so pissed off right now.
Oh, dude, I was so mad. They were like, "You're the only super heavy." I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me, dude? This is
Yeah,
the second show. I'm the only super, and like
yeah. Hey, and then
nobody's out there pushing me like that. I guess."
and so my mom and wife, they didn't understand what was going on, so they're like, "Oh, so is he just done?" I'm like, "No, now this is where the real show begins. Is he's in the overall." So
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
yeah, it is what it
That
is. I
was
mean,
fun though, dude. I was
yeah,
watching the video back today. I was like, "Fuck, this is what I like. This is why I'm making these improvements now, so I
yeah.
can just get up there and do it 10 times better next time."
Yeah, that's what it's all about, man. And hopefully this will be, well, I'm not going to say hopefully, because I know it's going to happen. Joe's smart. He knows what he's doing. I'm going to actually be peeled for the first time in my life at potentially, I want to say, like, I mean, at 250, I still have my abs. I still have a decent amount of lines. I really think I don't think I have 30, 40 pounds of body fat to lose. I think I can probably,
Hell no.
I think I can probably be towards the top end of heavies. So like 215, 220, something like that.
Dude, I would say every bit of 225 at least you could still hold,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Well,
Because your condition is solid right now. And like when you start throwing in the other stuff, man, sometimes weight doesn't want to go down. Like when you start
true.
throwing in tren and, orals go in and stuff like that, weight
Yeah.
sometimes it'll stick even when you're pushing calories hard.
And the main thing for me that is there's so many firsts for this prep. Like I've never used Retta. I've never used all these other peptides in prep. I've never used growth hormone in prep. Like
Oh yeah.
growth hormone alone in prep is going to completely change like the amount of muscle retention and fat loss.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. You're gonna hold that roundness all the way. Like
Yep.
even when you're pushing hard, that's when I really like it is in prep. Scale the growth hormone up. You can push calories really hard and
Yeah.
stay round and stay, 3D and look sick, even with, on 1,500 calories a day. It's like
Yeah.
it's crazy how it works.
Yeah, and I'm also
But
looking
then you think
forward.
about how it's designed, like the people it's designed for, they're probably not eating shit
Oh
at
yeah,
all
no, nothing at all.
throughout the day. So it's like they need that.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to like not being dragged down for 19 weeks straight without a refeed meal.
Dude, I will say, I feel like that doesn't bring the best condition, man.
It does in some people. That's the thing. Like
Yeah.
it's an approach that works for some people. I'm just not one of those people. That's all it is.
No, I would say I'm not either. Like I got in shape so much easier and faster doing a refeed, somewhat of a refeed method with a high day each week, like doing it that way,
Oh yeah, and I'm
versus
not.
just doing stagnant low calories,
Yeah.
like where I tried that way before, and I guess it teaches you how to push yourself really hard,
Oh
but
yeah.
man, it makes getting lean really hard.
That's both of my preps, man. Both of my preps are over between 16 to 19 weeks straight with no change of calorie, just down.
Yeah. And I
So
remember you were telling me that, and it's just,
yeah,
yeah, those are the worst. And oh man, it truly, I feel like it stalls fat loss more than anything.
I think it does, honestly. And I'm not saying I need to refeed every week or anything. I mean, like just
No,
if we've pushed for 6-8 weeks and training performance is starting to stall, that's a sign like okay, let's maybe start thinking about looking for one, something like that. And
yeah,
not like this grandiose thing that people think like, oh, that means I get a burger and fries. That might mean an extra 100 grams of rice before you work out. It might be as little as
yeah,
that, and that would make a
yeah,
difference.
exactly. Yeah, I'm with that 100%, and I feel you. Like just push. You can push whatever it may be. Like it might be 4 weeks, it might be 6, 8, whatever you need to like really get that metabolism cranking.
Yeah,
And then once you get it cranking, like keep stoking the fire. You know what I mean? You might need to refeed once a week at that point, or it might be like every 14 days, or maybe every 3 weeks. You never know. It just kind of depends on how you're responding.
yeah. And all my other preps too, I've always started off with like literally 7 days a week, stair cardio, at least 30 minutes, if not an hour, right out the gate. So it's like I'm gonna be starting this prep doing no cardio at
Yeah.
7,000 calories. What?
Yeah, dude, you've got a ton of runway, man. It's going to be
Yeah.
interesting because you'll be able to, like we were talking about towards the beginning, like 20 minutes plugged in,
Yep.
20 minutes, 4 days a week. You could start out with that, and you're going to get huge, like marginal, fat loss off of just that.
Yep.
Might not even have to touch your food yet. And then, you can crank your food down just a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And like, you've got such way more of like, you just built like a huge arsenal out, essentially, is how I look at it. You've gotten yourself eating that many calories. You don't have to do any cardio right now. You're able to taper your steps down. So it's like you're eating maximum food, moving minimally.
Yep.
That's a great place to start, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it's set up to be a perfect prep on paper. Life gets in the way sometimes, so we'll see. I'm not gonna go into it expecting it to be easy, but the goal is to really have it be just software in the background, contest prep, and I can just live my life normally and not be focused on food because I've basically been in contest prep for over a year now, and just repeat.
Yeah, you're just running on the hamster wheel, dude. Keep jogging.
Yeah, well, we're a little bit over an hour here. I got to eat another meal here shortly, so we're going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it to the last minute, drop us a 5-minute crew comment. Also want to give a plug to Madisyn's channel. Go check that out. That will be linked in the description below. Until next time.